Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Can we make the switch back to trains?
See, well, I don't know. Can I make the switch back to horizontal? I was horizontal, but and then it just did that.
Yeah, and as soon as you went live,
it flipped it.
Only Claude.
I don't know what the deal is. I can't figure out where I can go to fix that. Nothing I've tried works.
So I guess your son couldn't help you on Thanksgiving, huh?
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, everybody.
We were talking airplanes. No, and other stuff.
Yeah. Hope everybody had a good holiday. Most of us did. Steve's been having a little rough time, but
Yeah.
But your shoulder's feeling better, right?
It's getting better. It still hurts like it hurts.
Well, yeah, it will for a while.
Yeah, but
It might hurt you the rest of your life.
God, I hope not.
Well, maybe not to a degree it's hurt.
You'll know it's there the rest of your life.
It's there the rest of your life.
Yeah, I'm still working on range of motion and strength in the muscles and physical therapy and all that crap. But,
yeah. Do you still go into physical therapy?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Do they all have swastikas tattooed on their arms?
They're evil people. They are evil. I swear they go home and they just what
think of ways to make him
what can we do to make him hurt more? Yeah. No,
but it does work in the long run.
Yeah. No,
I thought the same thing. I thought, man, it's just when I had my first knee surgery, I thought, oh man, these people are just brutal.
Well, they told me that the shoulder, rotator cuffs are very painful recovery and a very long recovery. And boy, they weren't kidding.
Yeah.
My sister.
Well, I didn't have a rotator cuff, but I had the dislocated shoulder, and it took a while.
My sister is going for knee replacement next week, and it's outpatient now.
Yeah, no, yeah. My mom did her hips and stuff. It's the same kind of thing, and
it all depends on what kind of work they're having done. Because when I went in and had the CT on my knee, the doctor was telling me, he said, okay, when you hear knee replacement, everybody's mind goes to total knee replacement. He said that's probably 1% of the people that get anything done on their knee. He said there's like 23 or 4 different things they can do that are processes of that. But total is the one everybody goes to because that's the most catastrophic.
Mm-hmm.
But he said there's a lot of stuff that they can go in and replace without going to a total knee replacement.
Yeah,
for what that's worth.
They've got it down to a science, I guess.
Oh yeah, yeah. So there's a lot of stuff they can do without doing a whole replacement.
Keeps getting better. Anyway.
But everybody calls it knee replacement.
Your layout looks good, nice and clean, nice and neat, nothing on it.
Yeah, I figure I might as well at least clean it. Doesn't run more.
Too bad that ugly mud's in front of it.
Yeah.
Well, what have you diagnosed is exactly wrong with it?
Steve built it.
I built it. I built it.
That's a broad category.
That's the thing that's wrong with all of our layouts is we built it.
It was thrown together with odds and engage track and stuff I did and switches and if I'd have done it properly with good old Pico turnouts and lots of flex track. Most of it, I mean, it's flex track, but they're all the old Atlas switches. And then I got the wild hair to scratch build switches. And I've got some of those that, give me headaches. I'm not good like Dennis, and
mine's only been around 3 years though. So
I mean, if I had the time, the energy, and the money to put in and tear the whole thing out and start over again and do it, I could, but I don't want to.
So Dennis, basically what you see in that picture of Steve right there is a nice clean layout that looks good.
Mm-hmm. It's a good.
But that's about it. It's
It's
like
a
putting lipstick on a pig.
You know?
it's a good static display. I mean, right now there's a broken um connection. I don't know what happened. There should have been a rail joiner in there, but anyway, it's in the backside in the mountain. I know where it is, where something separated, and so I've got to get in there and solder that, and I just don't want to.
Yeah.
Not right now. I mean,
Well, I'll
eventually.
tell you,
Maybe.
over Thanksgiving, you know, we had 15 people show up, all the kids and their significant others.
I feel bad for
And-
you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, my oldest daughter's boyfriend, he showed up, and you know, just like everyone who's never been to the house before, or even those that come, they was like, well, how's the railroad looking? We'll go out and walk around. Everybody, oh yeah, you've made a lot of progress, blah 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 blah. So we did that with all of them. The oldest daughter's boyfriend, after we ate, it's like, so can we go out there and maybe run a train? I was like, well, son.
Somebody
yes, we
showed interest.
And you know, we talking about switches and stuff. You know, I've got all of Cloud City is stitched together. You know, all the frogs are dead, every one of them. I have run trains in and out of there, picked up cars, left, brought back over the last 3 months. No issues whatsoever with the dead frogs. I hooked him up to a train to go into the time saver. That train stalled on every frog in the town. I'm like, why is this happening to me? Now, when we got the time saver, it ran flawlessly, but it was like, Jimmy, Christmas. He's going to come away thinking that, what's the point of this if you have to take your finger and move the train every time it gets on top of one of these thingies here? Frog? What's a frog?
Was when you would go up there and move stuff over the dead frogs, was that a Blackstone engine or one that's got a...
Yeah, it was a Blackstone.
So it didn't have a keep alive in it?
No.
That's unusual.
But, you know, the Blackstones, I mean, like, literally, I have not had that happen going through there, because they're all kind of in such a way that either the tender or the train is on a good piece of track, you know, so... But
Well,
he still enjoyed it, I think.
Yeah, it was a patience test.
Yeah.
I'm laughing when you go, your son, and I'm just thinking, he's going, yeah, I found one.
Oh, they want to come out and see the trains run, but they don't want to do all that work. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I had people that wanted to see it, but it was like, you could tell in their faces, like, why would anybody stay up here and do all this? You know,
Well,
it was one of those. They think it was cool, you know, and it looked good, but it was like,
we switched out all of the time saver, and then I think we picked 2 cars up here and terminated in Frying Pan. So, and it took maybe 45 minutes. I can't remember exactly how long it took, but.
Well, Dennis, Bernard says that you were just showing him real life.
This is part of the hobby, no matter what you see on YouTube.
And it's just because one person can do it doesn't mean you can do it.
All right.
Dennis, will you go back and power all your frogs?
Do what?
Will you go back and power?
Oh yeah. When it actually gets built, every one of those frogs will be powered.
What do you mean actually gets built? What does that mean?
Well, right now I do not have the final configuration of what Cloud City will be for the track plan. I think I'm at a point where I've decided that I have to take out the 2 number 8s that are creating the yard ladder right now, because I've got two yard tracks off of a ladder and put in number 6s to see how that changes the geometry to get out of the yard, if that makes sense. I know it doesn't, because you'd have to have what's up here just to see it. But right now I'm not happy with the way the track geometry is with the reverse loop. Something has to change, I think.
Ray Bertelson says that your locomotives had stage fright.
Yeah.
Well, it's because the new guy.
They weren't sure about the new guy, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand that. Oh, we got a new name here. I don't know who this is. Good morning.
Montana Northern.
Montana Northern.
Thomas.
Tell us what your name is so we can call you something besides Montana. We can call you Montana. That's okay too.
We also we got
Thomas!
DMRJ. What?
Thomas is his name.
Oh, we got DMJRJ. That's new, I think. And I also saw another one down here. BHS-RR. Okay. That's new. And turnouts never give headaches. Boy, that's the truth.
Well, welcome everybody that's new. If you're new, I know with the YouTube changing everybody's names on YouTube, I know a lot of people haven't bothered to change theirs back. I didn't change mine, but not that it was that much different. But some are a lot different. So it's.
We didn't say good morning to everybody.
Call him JP. Okay, JP. If I remember. Not new, just changed. I'll see. He's not new, but changed from YouTube display name. Yeah.
Dan's Model Railroad Journey.
Dan's Model. Okay.
Yeah.
And we got and Mike I-67. Mike's I-67. That's a new one.
Mike looks a lot like John Belushi.
Yeah. Uncanny, isn't it?
Uncanny similarity, yes.
Who's Kenny? Who's Kenny?
Yes, I saw Chris Brew in here too earlier.
Yeah. So Dennis, you're gonna change some turnouts then.
I'd have to change every one of them.
Yeah. I'm certainly gonna see what. I don't know that it's gonna matter much, but I'll need the number 6 turnouts anyway, I believe. So I wouldn't be wasting any material or time by building 2 additional right-hand number 6 turnouts and kind of slapping them in where the number 8s are at the moment just to see.
Well, the 6s are shorter than 8s, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And the diverging angle is what the biggest
right.
So from frog to frog on the number 8s are, I think, 16 inches. I can't remember. On the number 6s, I think they're 14. It's a difference of 2 inches, give or take, from frog to frog, even if I've got the numbers wrong. And so therefore, where your yard, just the angle at which things end up being at, especially if I also need a number 6 coming off of the main line at the other end, I'm either going to have to do something like curve my whole yard. Every yard I have is on a curve. I wanted a yard that wasn't on a curve, finally, because it's just kind of a pain in the ass to have everything on a curve. Even if it's gentle, it just makes it a little more difficult to build.
Yeah.
And that may end up being exactly what I have to do in order for it to hit the reverse loop where I want it to hit the reverse loop.
Yeah. Now, when you're talking about the distance between the frogs, you're talking about on a crossover, correct?
No, I'm talking about the yard track.
Okay.
And I might have the number wrong. I can't remember off the top of my head, but from one frog to the next frog, it's somewhere like around between 14 and 16 inches, if I remember right.
Okay, but if you come off the leg, say the straight leg of a turnout, okay, and you've got the frogs here, you're going to come off a little bit, and then you're going to go with your points. Is that you're talking about as close as you can get the points to the frog?
No, I'm talking
Yes,
frog to
miss?
frog.
Frog to frog?
Yeah.
Or yeah, you're talking length that way. Well, it all depends on how far you come off this frog, too.
Well, and what you want your track spacing to be, because you can't, if you
Yeah.
want 2-inch track spacing, you can't bring that frog back to 10 inches and expect to have 2-inch frog spacing or 2-inch track spacing. So that is a very defined distance.
Sure. Yeah. If you're going off the same side,
especially if you're going to have
opposite sides,
successive yard tracks.
Okay.
If you're just doing a diverging track, yeah, you can bring that point back as close as you dare and do what you want to with it. But if you want 2-inch spacing on all of your yard tracks, you have to have the same spacing from frog to frog.
So that's what you went with, 2-inch?
I'm considering, I forget what the minimum is for HO narrow gauge. I want to say it's like 13/16 or something like.
I was thinking it was like 1 5/8 was minimum, but that's, I mean, really close. That's with no side clearance.
Yeah,
Very
I might
little
look
side
that up
clearance.
just because.
I don't remember if it was 5/8 or 3/4. Might have been 3/4.
Is the min?
But there again, that's a personal preference and what you want to go with. But yeah, 2 inches gives you a little finger room in between if you need it. Also gives you room for anything on a flat car, because there again, you got minimum clearance. You can't put too much on a flat car; it's going to overhang, because it'll be a problem.
Well, BHS-RR, his name's, call him JP. We'll have to remember that. The Beaumont Hill subdivision. That's cool.
Yeah, and he says track center is dependent on your fingers to fit between cars. That's true too. I mean, if you
That's
think you're
part
going to
of.
be getting in there to it.
Let's see what the machine says.
The machine. Oh, you got a calculator there?
Well, I'm asking AI.
Oh, good Lord.
Mainline through tracks, straight or very broad curves. The recommendation is 1.75 inches.
So 1 3/4. Okay.
I think we should have JP.
Yards and sidings is 1.625.
Yeah.
Hey, I think we should have JP as a guest. I'm looking at his channel. You got a cool layout.
Yeah.
Well, let's do it.
Yeah.
Beaumont Hill subdivision. You need to get on the show and show us your layout.
Yeah. Come on up.
That's
Yeah.
really
All you
cool.
need is a phone.
Yeah.
Don't need any fancy equipment. That's all I use is a phone, as you can see.
Yeah. Me and
I'm talking about a yard ladder specifically.
Tablet.
Yard ladder.
Yeah.
So were the cars of your era smaller dimensionally?
Considerably.
The car bodies. Like, I know they were shorter. Were they narrower? The car bodies themselves too?
Yeah. Height-wise, every dimension is smaller. Every dimension, wheel size, everything's smaller. Right. But it's not quite half as big. It's bigger than 50% of standard gauge. I don't know, off the top of my head, Dennis might know. I don't know what percentage they calculated to for that, for the size of general cars. Yeah, like a box car, but a 40-foot box car on a standard gauge would be a 30-foot, basically a 30-foot car on a narrow gauge.
Yeah, these are roughly the same era. I believe this is a wood box car. So I think these are 8 feet wide, if I remember.
What's the left-handed car? What is that?
This?
Yeah, why is it so big?
Because it's standard gauge.
That's standard gauge.
That was the question you asked. Is there a difference between size? I'm showing you. Yeah.
Oh,
Hey,
standard.
JP, is your layout N scale or HO? I can't tell.
Of
So,
that,
a human being is the exact same size and compared to these cars.
that
Both.
would be so.
Okay,
The
Jerry, I think I know your question.
Let
are
him
the
ask
same,
it then.
Those are
That's
the
what I thought.
same scale,
Right.
but the track's different gauge.
I understand that.
Okay.
But
So
the
what's your
car,
question?
the car on the left is so much bigger.
Yeah, but they're the exact same size to a human being. Right? You put a 6-foot man next to these cars in reality, and that's the size you get.
Yeah.
This is built to standard gauges, mainline standard gauge. And this is what they ran on the narrow gauge.
So the physical body of the car was smaller.
Yeah.
Yes.
Narrow gauge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is about 8 foot wide by 30 feet long. And I can't remember how high it is. I got a ruler right here.
Well, Chris Bruce says standard is 10 foot wide,
7
foot
feet.
is 8 foot, and 2 foot is just over 6 feet.
Yeah, 8 feet wide, 7 feet tall, 30 feet long. While this is
and a standard gauge is 10 foot wide.
not 9.5 wide. And 10 and a half feet tall. And I think this is for sure a 40 footer. Yeah, it's a 40 footer.
Yeah, Steve, Steve with Train Waybills asking so you could have them on the same layout on different tracks. You can actually have them
That's
on
why
the
I've got
same
dual gauge.
You can have them on the same track. Dennis and I both have dual gauge.
Yeah.
At the moment, I don't have any dual gauge. Well, I do have a little bit, but not much left that I haven't torn out.
Yeah,
But yeah, dual gauge.
I've got
they
one
made
dual
gauge
gauge, one standard gauge train that eventually will be able to go from a single. Well, actually, I've got 2 staging yard tracks at this end. I don't know what I'm going to do at the other end yet. I may try and get 2 staging yard tracks at the other end as well. Just kind of depends on how it shakes out.
Okay, and TB wants to know why would there need to be a height difference? TB,
Center
all
of
they're
gravity?
doing, all they're doing is scaling it down to fit the track it's on. The other thing was most of the narrow gauges were tight curves and steeper grades. So that also facilitated why they went with smaller cars. But you wouldn't want a full size standard gauge car on narrow gauge tracks because it's going to be, what the hell was that?
Not me.
I got a text message.
Is that what that was? That was weird.
You probably got
But
to
you
go
wouldn't
get more
want, you
stuff
wouldn't
on.
want a car that was too high on 3 foot tracks. It'd be top heavy,
Tippy.
very tippy. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I just couldn't grasp. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, it's just smaller equipment doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Is really all it boils down to.
All right.
But like Dennis said, if you took a 6 foot figure and put them up next to the standard gauge and next to the narrow gauge, okay, the narrow gauge is going to look a lot smaller because it is.
Same ruler for
They
both.
would both be on the same world.
Would these narrow gauge trains, would they go any long distances?
No.
I mean, I guess it depends on what you define as long.
Yeah, none of them went across country.
Hundreds of miles?
Do what?
Hundreds of miles? 500, 600?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Rio Grande, well, I don't know, the Rio Grande Southern really didn't go that far, maybe 70 miles. But the Rio Grande narrow gauge that went from Alamosa and points west, or actually to from Durango. They could go from Durango to Alamosa down to Santa Fe. I don't know exactly how far that is, but it's probably close to that, 100 miles or so, maybe a little more. I'm sure it probably is over 100 miles, but that would be it. It didn't go any further than that. So,
And they were like confined to themselves, right?
yeah, they were, like I said, they were built for the mountains primarily. That was the main purpose: logging, mining, and anything else they needed to do in the mountain terrain where they couldn't take a standard gauge train. And once the Rio Grande started taking full size stuff over Tennessee Pass, the narrow gauge pretty much became obsolete in that area.
Right. So did these narrow gauges interchange with standard gauge somewhere?
Oh yeah. Alamosa, Antonito. If you go on the Chama Antonito Chama Railroad, Toltec Railroad, when you get to Antonito, the dual gauge tracks are still there, and they would have. In fact, you can look it up in Alamosa, especially. They had a lot of pictures of transfer docks where they had a dock in between the two different sizes,
Right.
and they're transferring from one train to the dock to the smaller train, or vice versa. So they did that a lot, yeah. Because they would bring it out of the mountains. If it had to go further than that, then they'd load it on a standard gauge train and off it'd go to wherever it had to go, where the standard would go.
Yeah. Hey JP, you don't need to have experience. None of
Boy,
us
that's
do.
true.
None
Look
of
at
us.
us.
It's okay. We don't judge you.
No.
No, just show us what you got. That's it. You don't have to get too crazy.
And it doesn't have to be clean. Look at my mess.
I mean, you can see.
Steve's never clean.
I'm never clean.
Oh, see, yours is pretty clean right now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's about as clean as I've seen it.
I figured I had to do something. It didn't run, so I might as well clean it. No,
It's a shame.
JP, you just need, if you got a cell phone and the internet, man, that's all you need.
It's
Yeah.
a shame, Steve, that you can't put batteries in those little trains
That would be cool.
and not have to worry about wires.
Little radio controlled end games. That would be good.
Yeah, I don't know if I make it that small.
No.
Yeah, you don't need to show your face. It's
But
okay.
you might need a pointer.
Well, I mean, you're just going to walk your camera around and show your layout or talk about your layout.
Well, yeah, and we've seen Steve's face, and that's you don't want to see his face.
Yeah,
who was it we had on not too long ago that they didn't show as their face? Was it Paul?
I don't remember. I'm not on the show.
I think it was Paul, the Mondovi line. It was either him or might have been Cameron Caboose 120. I can't remember.
He was on the show, Cameron?
I think.
Yeah.
You must have done it. You must have done it one week when I wasn't here.
It could be that I did it when you weren't around. It's been a while.
Yeah, because I don't remember that, but that doesn't mean anything either.
Well, I'll tell you what, JP, if you want to, I'll give you hope. If you want to go to my channel and watch my very first video, it'll give you hope.
Yeah. Claude, any updates?
No. My back's been giving me fits.
That's okay.
And and we're changing Medicare and stuff. So I'm kind of reluctant to go at the end of the year and have it on two different plans, because if they take me over, if I go to the back doctor and they put me on, say, physical therapy or something, then that would go into the new year and all that mess. And so it's not so bad that I can't move around, but it's not where I've been up doing any work either. That and having the holidays and stuff, had people here and stuff. So I wasn't up there, but no, I haven't been up there in a while.
It's all good.
In fact, I haven't been there since
Steve?
Yeah, Steve and Roy were here.
Yeah.
I need to get back up there, but because they got it. They got a lot of it tore out where it's going to be a lot easier now getting the mountain out of there. I just got to get up there and do it. But my back is where I can move, but I can't move well. So I don't want to get up there and do something to it where I can't move around
Or you might
until I can get to the doctor.
or you can't get down.
Yeah. Or fall down and can't get up.
Fall down and can't get up, yeah. Or you get up
Because
there
I
and you
will
can't
have to
down.
get underneath the mountain. When I start tearing it down, I'm going to have. Pizza's done.
What is that?
I don't know. Could be Dennis.
Sounds like a peanut whistle.
It does, doesn't it?
Actually, that sounds like the little peanut whistle on my American, which is about that big.
Yeah. Oh, we watched a Christmas movie last night. Wasn't a Hallmark movie, but it was like it. It was about like that. Well, they had a train in it, and they ended up, and it was bigger. It was an American, but it was bigger than yours. But then I told Brenda, I said, but that's not as good as Steve's. Steve's is live steam. Theirs was electric.
Yeah.
But it was still pretty cool. It was probably twice the size of yours, maybe a little bit bigger than that.
Okay.
What was the scale of that one that was next to you?
That's 3.5 inch.
3.5 inch. That might have been about what it was.
Okay.
Because it was an American, so it would have been smaller.
Okay.
Still, but yeah, but it was pretty good size compared to yours.
I don't see how those Chris Brew knows, but I don't see how those 3.5 inch scale engines even run on 7.5 inch track. They just seem like they're so big.
Well, that's what, yeah.
You'd think they'd tip over.
You would think.
But they don't.
Well, the track up there is pretty good, though.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, still, when you get something that's, I don't know, what are they like? Chris, how wide are the Sweet Creeks, the 3.5 inch scale? I mean, you sit in them, and I mean, they got full size valves and everything. It just seems like they get rocking and they just tip over, but they don't.
Well, that was one thing I noticed when we did the little ride around when I was up there with the guys at Train Mountain. I noticed how smooth the track was. I mean, there wasn't any rocking back and forth there. It was pretty stout. So
they've got it down.
That helps, I'm sure.
Yeah.
If it looked like a regular narrow gauge track, yeah, then I would be worried because it would be wanting to rock off center too much.
Yeah. That's true.
Because that is, if you ever do get up where they've got a narrow gauge train like Durango or Chama, Antonito area, and you see one of the trains coming down the track, get up next to the track and watch the train coming down the straightaway. It waddles like a duck. I mean, those tracks are just not as pristine as they might look when you walk up to them.
Hey, Dennis, I got a question.
Okay. Chris says it's a model of 2 foot. I didn't know that. Okay.
Dennis, I got a question for you. That backdrop behind you, did you paint that?
Yeah.
So you painted that, huh? How was it to paint?
I mean, I enjoyed it.
What?
What are you laughing about?
I remember that when that show that you did paint that. That was fun.
Yeah. I'm going to give it one more go right here. I don't know when, but
I felt like I was watching Bob Ross when you did that. You're painting clouds and
the sky whale.
Happy clouds and happy mountains. And
yeah.
So go check out the video. Did you use paintbrush or airbrush?
Paintbrush.
Paintbrush, everything.
Yeah. Yeah, there's 1 or 2 videos I think on it. I can't remember.
That was a long time ago, it seems.
It was, yeah, that would have been, I did that before I put in the staging yard. The staging yard was the first thing I did in this room once it got finished. So technically that would be one of the very first things I did in the room.
Well, you did the backdrop. You did the backdrop on the Time Saver, didn't you?
Yeah, I did that before, but if we're talking about the room and the layout as it exists right now, that.
Oh yeah. But I mean, you painted that one also.
I'm just talking about painting backdrops in general.
Well, the other thing about backdrops, I used photographic backdrops just because I didn't think I could paint it that well and didn't want to try. But once you get the layout in front, the backdrop, all that does is enhance what you've got in front. So it's not as important what's on the backdrop as what you've got in front of it. So the backdrop will give it depth, or can give it depth, and it can enhance the look of what you've got in front. But people don't come in and just look at the backdrop.
Well, that was like what you had, Claude, up with the cattle pen and that backdrop behind that.
Yeah.
That you blended that really well.
And well, what the crazy thing about that was, because that first track is not 2 inches off that backdrop.
Right.
And yet when I put that barbed wire fence right along the backdrop, that's what really tied the two together. It was the strangest thing. And it's hard to describe it because you'd have to see it before and after I put that in.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody's just seen it after. I don't think I've got any pictures of it before. But when I got that barbed wire fence and put along there, that really brought it in. And that's, of course, the backdrop is a flat, it's a flat backdrop, but it's because it's a photograph, and it blends with the front, it gave it good depth. The mining district on top was kind of the same way, even though it's a closer up picture than the bottom one. The bottom one's a distant picture. The top, up the mining district just above that is a close up picture of the mountains right behind the mines. But doing a little bit blending with the colors in the front to match the backdrop, that it all runs together. And people don't look at the backdrop, they look at everything in front. Excuse me.
Look at Ray Bertelson's comment.
Yeah.
That might draw the eye away from the layout, not necessarily what we want.
And it also draw the ire of the wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And any other female that walked in the room.
we had a caboose at the Santa Fe like that on the local, the Oakland local. They had a set caboose for them for years, and you walk in that caboose, and every spot on the walls of that caboose had pinups, centerfolds.
Really?
Yep.
I saw a workshop like that one time.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't the whole workshop, but it was where they went in and did something. It was a smaller room in the workshop, but the inside of it was nothing but Playboy pinups. Yeah, centerfolds. Anyway,
well, we digress.
Yeah. Bernard. Oh yeah, Candy Mountains.
Curvy tracks at the Gee. Oh, we're going downhill real fast.
Yeah, we need to yeah. Oh my goodness. Anyway, so what are you doing lately, Jerry?
Nothing.
Nothing. You're as exciting as I am.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, Dennis has been busy.
Yeah, he has.
Why don't you show
you going to show us what's above your head there?
I guess.
Because it's been 2 weeks since we've been on, and your last video was what, a month out?
I mean,
we need to get Bill on
remember what it looked like before, you're probably not going to see a whole lot of difference. But that's what it's looking like right now. I'm pretty satisfied with this.
Oh, I like it.
Of course, it's hard to really see without having any color to it yet, but
very well
backside.
But you did paint,
and nobody's even going to see that too. That's what's crazy.
Right, no one's going to see this.
No one's going to see that backside, but you still got it. Good. Looks good.
And I still haven't taken my this, and run all over it. That helps quite a little bit with the definition, but I don't want to do that until after I've hit it with the heat gun. So, and then of course I've got the whole other.
What's a heat gun do?
It gets so all of these little greeblies or
like debris.
Oh,
the
that's a good
debris,
idea.
it kind of helps suck everything back in. But if you
Well,
have
burn it.
very fine detail on the rock from this, maybe I can,
Yeah.
you know, the heat gun might make that disappear.
It won't melt at all?
Do what?
It doesn't melt at all?
Well, you have to be careful with how you do it for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. That sounds sketchy and dangerous.
Well, you can't get the heat gun too close for sure.
Just don't use a Bernzomatic torch.
Yeah, I would think. So you messed around with the heat gun before?
That's
Well, that
looking
was-
really good, Dennis.
That looks great, Dennis.
Yeah, that looks nice.
You don't even need any color or anything. You just put it on like that.
Yeah, I don't know if you can. You probably can't see it. I'm reluctant to share this yet, but I guess I will since we're here.
Love the jammies.
It's Saturday. Leave me alone.
Well, you should see. You should see what I'm wearing.
JP says don't inhale when you're doing a heat gun, which is true, but it gives off toxic fumes.
So this is the practice piece right here. This is all foam. Of course, all of it's foam, but I'm gonna work on this diorama, and hopefully I get the color that I want here, because that's until I'm satisfied with the color. I'm not worried about technique at all. I mean, how do I say this? I've done a lot of painting. I mean, I painted miniatures. I understand kind of how to paint.
Yeah,
I mean,
you were a war gamer.
it's getting the right color. That's what I want. I want to know that the color that I'm going to use for the entire railroad, I'm going to be satisfied with before I ever paint the first rock. I want to be able to get started, get done, and feel confident that it's what I'm going to be happy with.
Dennis, please tell me you have that that grain elevator attached to that board. It's not just sitting there, is it?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Why?
Don't drop it.
I won't. I mean, it's pretty durable. I mean, it's plastic.
Do you have
Plastic
your
and a little bit of cardboard.
Dennis? Do you have your steel-toed slippers on?
I do have slippers on. They're not steel-toed.
Well, then don't drop it.
What's OSHA gonna say?
But I've got other things going on as well. I've got another shoe, so to speak, over here that I'm gonna. The goal this weekend is to get all of the cardboard strips in, and maybe the brown paper. I ordered some rosin paper. I expected to get it before today. It hasn't even shipped, so I'm a little irritated at that. So I don't have the paper that I want to use, but we'll see.
Home Depot has a pink rosin paper.
It's what color?
Pink. It's real big though. It's like,
See, I ordered the brown.
30.
I think generally it comes in red, but I found some brown. Maybe that's the reason why it hasn't showed up yet. Maybe they had to special order it, but
What is rosin paper?
it's a coated paper.
it's protective layering for like flooring, as I understand it.
I used to do it, put it on floors in kitchens that I'd be working on, just to protect.
Basically construction paper.
Yeah,
Roll
it's heavy duty. It's hard. It'll take abuse.
Yeah.
It's kind of water resistant.
Yeah, no,
I mean,
a
it's
little bit. Yeah, it doesn't soak through like regular paper
it
would.
doesn't go through like regular paper. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah,
I mean, what do you
Yeah.
use it for? I don't. I
If you're
protect.
gonna paint, say you're gonna paint a room and you want to match the floor off along the wall, use it for that. It usually comes in a 3-foot roll.
Oh, okay.
I would put it down like I would put that down or ram board down. Uh, a ram board is just heavy duty cardboard on people's hardwood floors
Yeah.
that
Okay.
I'd be walking on, working over, so they don't get scratched up.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But you put that paper down, then throw a tarp over that to cover the rest of the floor if you wanted to cover the whole floor.
Yeah.
But the paper would go. It's like trim paper. You've seen 6-inch, 8-inch wide trim paper that you
Yeah.
tape up to trim off. It's the same thing, but it's 3-foot wide, and on
Yeah,
a roll, so you can go along there.
I
Yeah.
used painter's paper. Just I think I don't know if we got it at Walmart or if I got it at Ace,
How
but
did that?
it's really too thin.
Yeah, painters, that kind of paper is, yeah.
Once you
And
add
what,
the
and what do you need it for, Dennis? I mean, how are you going to use it?
To cover the cardboard lattice so that when I come back over the top with plaster, it doesn't get everywhere. It's just kind of help contain the mess, and it adds a little bit of strength. And it also, I get to see the landform before you commit to the plaster cloth. If you see something you don't like, or say you see something you do like but you'd like to accentuate it, then you can very easily go in, cut the paper, move the cardboard. It's just a way, in my opinion, it's a way of helping you see what you want to see before you start throwing on the plaster cloth.
Yeah.
And I think you could also, with the rosin core, I don't know yet, I think you could use it as the land base as well if you didn't have to concern yourself with durability.
So once you put that glue on that paper, did it stiffen it up pretty good?
Stiffen it up quite a bit. Now, I've already put, where's it at? I did something yesterday. I ended up getting a great big rip in it. But it's still, it's not what I would consider durable enough for the first 18 inches of a layout. I would not want to depend on it for durability up front. Maybe where you can't reach it, I think it would be okay. I haven't given up on the idea of maybe using some molds, but my thought with molds, because I've done a few things with molds before, you end up with the same mold over and over again. Now you can break it and move it and do things, but I still think that if you're going to do a large area, you might be better off to carve and make everything a little more unique. That's my thought.
Gerald Stewart had a good question about the rosin paper.
Who did?
Gerald Stewart.
Will the plaster stick to the rosin paper?
Yeah, I've already got, which I think the next update you'll see me I've worked a little bit on a road over here. I've also got track already laid to my mine over here. So yeah, I used Sculptamold directly on top of the paper, and it worked just fine.
The rosin paper.
Well, if it works on this thin crap, I have no doubt it'll work on the rosin paper.
I don't know. Experiment.
Yeah, butcher paper's a little too heavy. Well, although I don't know, that's pretty close to the rosin paper, thickness wise, I think. But it's all depending on what you're going to use it for, you know. Each application can be different.
And I might get the rosin paper and not like it. It might be too thick. I don't know. We'll see.
You should try to plaster some of it and see, or do whatever you want to, and see if it sticks.
I don't know why it wouldn't.
Because
Yeah.
there's like a coating on the stuff that I used.
Well,
I don't know.
someone suggested it to me, and they said one of the reasons that they suggested it is that as soon as you get it wet, like if you put glue over the top of it, as soon as you lay the plaster on it, that moisture kind of reactivates the white PVA glue, and you get a perfect bond.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would think if you missed it before you put the sheets down, if you're going to use plaster cloth first and then come back with more plaster, yeah, it's not much different than having plaster and putting molds on, where you're going to come in, you're going to wet it before you put a mold on it,
Yeah.
a plaster mold back on there. So you use just as long as it's moist, the plaster will tend to bond to it a lot better. I've not found too many places where the plaster won't stick. I mean, it's very tough to get plaster not to stick to something. It'll
And it
stick to
also
the back
doesn't
of blue
need,
tape. If it'll
it
stick
doesn't
to the
need to
back
hang
side of blue
anywhere
tape,
either.
it'll stick to anything.
It's just going to lay on it. So,
Yeah.
So like that's the So I don't know. Maybe the paper you're talking about is different than the paper I'm talking about.
well, I mean, I think rosin paper is rosin paper, but I've never messed with it, so I don't really know. It was just suggested, and I've heard more than one person say that they've used rosin paper for this very thing. So I feel like I'm doing something that has been kind of tried, tested, and people find value in. So
Okay. You'll figure it out.
yeah, if it doesn't work, I'll know pretty quick, right?
Yeah. Where did you get it from?
I got it off of Amazon.
Okay.
Home Depot should have had some, but you don't have a Home Depot close either.
No.
You don't
You-
have
you got-
anything close.
There's not a Home Depot or a Lowe's in Woodward, is there? Although I detest Lowe's, so I mean, but they might would have it.
Yeah, well, I don't really want to drive 150 miles one way to
Yeah, that
pick
sucks.
something up. So I'm dependent on
Yeah,
I used
GPS.
to live way the hell out in nowhere.
Yeah.
Amazon's pretty easy that way.
Uh,
You get next day from Amazon?
It's right here in Oklahoma, in the armpit area.
The armpit.
Yep.
I thought that was Bakersfield.
yeah,
Well, I mean that might be the armpit of California, but
Yeah.
At least-
I'm
at
literally
least.
kind of in the armpit of Oklahoma.
No, I've ran trains at Bakersfield, and if they were going to give an enema to California, it would be in Bakersfield.
It'd be right there. Yeah, I was going to say that's more between the cheeks than it is the armpit. Yeah. But yeah, Woodward, and then Dennis lives northwest of there, so west northwest of Woodward. So yeah, it's out there a ways. Use carburetors and put strips cardboard
Strips of
over top of
card.
45 degrees and straightens the hillside. All smooths out the last work. Oh yeah, you
Yeah.
could do that.
JP, where are you from, JP? Woodward is in Oklahoma, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Well,
Yeah, so-
JP says maybe you live around Southern California, because he says try San Bernardino. Oh, you're Riverside, okay.
Oh, he's in Riverside. Okay.
Okay.
Well, when I lived in California, San Bernardino wasn't so bad, but I'm sure it's gone downhill since then.
Why? What's wrong with San Bernardino?
Where San Bernardino?
No,
It's a lot.
no. What's wrong with it?
Oh, from what I understand, it's just a lot of gangs and stuff like that.
Oh, really?
Economy, from what I've heard, I haven't delved into it. It's just something I heard not too long ago. It's probably been over a year ago that it was the economy and stuff, housing and stuff there is not as good as it used to be.
Is that like in
Right.
Southern California?
San Bernardino, yeah, it's on the bottom end of Cajon Pass. So
Steve
yeah,
said,
so Santa Fe has a huge yard in San Bernardino. Union Pacific does, or Union Pacific does. I'm not sure which, one of the two.
We had a regional whatever, where all the dispatchers were for the Santa Fe down there for a while.
Yeah,
Regional Operations Center is what it was. I had to think about it, but yeah, that was in Riverside.
but it was the staging spot for going over Cajon Pass.
Steve 87 compared it to something that I can understand.
When you
Well,
compare it to,
Steve has issues, so
Well, he knows.
like Trenton.
He's a traveler, so he's been around.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I've only been to Newark in that area. Well, I've been to New York, but that was back in the 70s, so that's not the same either.
And Newark is kind of like Trent.
Yeah. Well, we landed at the airport. The hotel was right by the airport, and then we got a taxi over to the port, which was, 15 miles away, but took 3 hours to get there just about.
Hey, Anderson, yeah, you need a mail call video. I haven't seen a mail call video from you in a while. You're slacking. Seattle. Yeah.
Well, what the train was there.
You know who else we should have on? We should have JD on because he's doing a lot of stuff on his layout.
Yeah, we should.
He's making pretty good progress on his layout.
Yep.
JD, come on.
Yeah, you guys come on the show.
Yeah.
Let us know you want to be on. We'll get you on. We're almost done today, but we'll get you on here.
Yeah, just email.
You can email us, or you don't have to. You can just let us know. We can get you on the day of.
So if you come on that morning and you're feeling chipper and you want to share your layout,
yeah.
join us.
You send a link and you click on it with your iPhone and
Off you go.
Voila.
But if you want help getting on, you send us an email and send an email to me at this.
Is it the Back on Track moderators at whatever?
No, let's do it here because I don't check the moderator one very much. That's one of my personal emails, so you can send it there, and that way I'll make sure I see it. And put in the subject "back on track" or something like that.
Yeah.
So
I don't think so.
And JP, no, you don't have to be a participant to subscribe to. My mouth's not working to StreamYard.
No, you do not.
Just
You don't
click
have
on
to
it.
start. Yeah, just click on the link and you can come on.
Yeah,
It's
you don't
easy.
have to.
If
Doesn't
I can
cost
do it,
anything.
if I can
Might
do
cost
it,
you some integrity, but it won't cost any money.
no.
Well,
Well, JP, I mean, we should give you hope. Look at the crew here.
Yeah, I mean, if you can sit with us in a room, you can come on the show. Of course, sitting with us in a room might be a lot tougher.
you know who
And
else?
if you want, you can come on. We before the show, we kind of get on early and we kind of banter back and forth and have probably more fun than the show. And you can come in and be part. The green room's fun. You should come do it, JP.
I don't know if Montana Northern is still on, but Thomas, you should come on too and show your layout. He's a pretty awesome modeler too.
Yeah, like we say all the time, anybody wants to come on the show, just let us know.
Yeah.
Show us your layout or talk about your layout or just come on and call us names. That's okay too.
Just dress better than Dennis does.
You have to have a hat. No, you don't have to have a hat.
Oh, Dennis, and I'm not dressed any better than Dennis. Well, I would have my PJs on, except I don't wear PJs.
Well, I got my slippers on.
I got my shoes that I wear in the house on, yeah. But okay, well, we're out of time, guys. Man, it went by fast.
Sure
Hopefully
did.
somebody next week.
Yeah,
Fast.
yeah, we'll be back next week.
Have a good weekend, everybody.
Next week, I got to keep my thing in line. I don't think I'm doing anything next week. Yeah, I should be here. So we'll be back next week, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here. Hope you all, like I say, hope you all had a great Thanksgiving and
Yeah.
be
Yep.
safe this week. Steve, you be safe this week.
Yeah, I'm not
You're
going
right
to
in the
drive
middle of it
around.
up there. Yeah.
Driving's too dangerous around here. I think I'm going to get a bicycle.
Oh yeah, like that's not any worse. A deer ran over you then.
Yeah. All right.
See you, everybody.
Guys, have a
Okay.
great
Thanks for
weekend.
being here, guys. We'll
Yeah.
see y'all next week. Take care.
Bye.
Oh my goodness.